Good afternoon. I'm Wes Smith, the Executive Director of the Association of California School Administrators. We just heard the governor's budget proposal, and right now the AXA governmental relations team is combing through it with a fine-tooth comb. We'll have an analysis for you. Let's start that again. I added that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Wesley Smith, the Executive Director of the Association of California School Administrators. We've just heard the governor's budget proposal. Right now, the governmental relations team at AXA is looking over the budget. This evening, we're going to have a brief analysis for all of our members, and by the beginning of next week, we'll have a thorough analysis for all of you. This governor has been committed since 2010 to paying down the wall of debt and finding stable funding for the most important programs in California. Specific to education, he was instrumental in passing Prop 30. Now, what Prop 30 helped us during the recession, it was only a life preserver. And while we may need to revisit that because Prop 30 sunsets in 2016, we still hope that with the historic clout this governor has, that he and other lawmakers will work on stable and adequate funding that doesn't need Band-Aids or life preservers. The governor was also instrumental in rethinking how we distribute resources in California. We call that the local control funding formula. AXA was instrumental in fighting for that local control, and we appreciate the equity that it represents, that our students and our neediest students get additional resources so that they can be successful in school. But we know that the local control funding formula wasn't fair to all districts, that in fact not all districts will be to 07, 08 funding levels when this has been realized. And we must hold the governor accountable to that promise that we will realize those 07, 08 funding levels for all districts and continue to look at equity. But by realizing those 07, 08 levels, we have to understand that in 07, 08, we were 47th out of 50 in per pupil spending in California. When we realize those 07, 08 levels in 2 years, we'll be 50 out of 50 in per pupil spending. And so if we are going to be advocates for the students of California, while we appreciate the increased funding, we appreciate the 39% infusion of resources to get us back to where we were, our students demand more. And so we have to advocate for that adequate funding, and we look forward to working with the governor and other lawmakers to do just that.
Question on fully funding Common Core. It's something that AXA has been advocating for a while. Where do you see the campaign heading?
That's a great question. We believe that for us to successfully transition to the Common Core, we need more than the $1.2 billion that we've been given thus far. We know that we need resources, we need technology, we need training for our staffs, and $1.2 billion doesn't nearly approach that. Now, we know that there are lots of needs. We have mandates. That's a concern in some of our districts, transportation. There are lots of concerns, but we think transitioning successfully to the Common Core has to be one of our priorities. So we hope that the governor will take some of that one-time money